Welcome back to Women on the Brink. So, this week I had my own Scrooge experience. It was like a haunted intervention, I guess I'd call it. By intervention, I mean I was visited by three women who showed up unannounced in my sleep. So, one was my grandmother. That was the ghost of Christmas past. Me, Christmas present, and my future granddaughter, Christmas future, each with her own approach to solving my nonsense, basically. So the first one was Christmas past, my grandmother. So she arrives with Valium in one hand and a no nonsense glare, I kid you not, in the other. And she's wearing this like flour dusted apron over this great big sweater that I swear has definitely seen at least 3 Christmases. And then she's got these sensible shoes on that double as weapons. And she looks just like how I remember my grandma. She had, this kind of blue shade of gray hair and a face that has definitely seen some stuff. And she smells faintly of butter and sugar and that slightly terrifying, "Get up and get on with it, Christine. I don't have any time for this nonsense." So she doesn't knock. She doesn't ask permission. She's already baked shortbread, Christmas cake, and something that maybe some kind of pudding. And while I'm still blinking at my own living room chaos, she's already tidying it up. She's rearranging the cushions. And silently, she's judging my choices. So she grew up in a time when, complaining was a luxury and rest looked kind of suspicious. And saying fine was something that literally covered everything. And she looks at me, while I'm trying to sleep, and she says, with the authority of someone who's survived a war, snowstorms, and some town gossip, and she says, "Christine, we just didn't think about it. We just did it." And her advice is as blunt as a rolling pin. She says, "Stop whining, finish what you started, and for heaven's sakes, Christine, please pace yourself." So my takeaway from grandma is you do what needs doing, you rest quietly without witnesses, and coping counts however you manage it. So after that visit, I managed to doze off for a little while, but only to be met by another apparition a few hours later. And that was Christmas present. It was actually me. So I appear with a glass of wine in one hand, my laptop slung over my shoulder, and a list of at least 10 things that I forgot to do today before I even open up my phone. And I'm wearing leggings that kind of pass for grown up, and my sweater smells faintly of coffee and mild panic. And I walk in like I'm simultaneously hosting a podcast, a life, and a minor existential crisis because I am. And I say, "It's fine," which of course means I'm negotiating my right to stop without causing a scene. And so, what does this apparition bring in? She brings in sass, anxiety in high definition, and a slightly dangerous ability to make multitasking look normal. Hmm. So, my advice to myself is, and it's kind of scattered with a bit of sarcasm, stop over explaining everything, delegate at least 2 things, and yes, drink the wine first. And my big takeaway from this is flexibility needs boundaries, wine pairs well with reality, and overthinking should come with a producer. So, after that ghostly visit, I think I slept with one eye open and not really sure if I even got into a sleep because the next vision was that of Christmas future. And this was my granddaughter that hasn't even been born yet. She arrives and she's cool and she's calm and she's collected,
This is so funny.
already better at this life thing than I am. And she's wearing sneakers that haven't been invented yet and this hoodie that says, "Boundaries exist." And she's got this kind of smirk on her face that she knows all the ways that I messed up already. And much like her great great grandmother, she doesn't even ask permission. She doesn't hesitate. She just carries her own bag of expectations. And she casually asks me, "Why didn't you just stop doing all that stuff, Grandma?" Her advice, her 6-year-old wisdom says, "Christine, say no without apologizing and rest like it's normal and take your own side first." And she just assumes that rest is standard and boundaries exist and guilt is optional. So, the big takeaway from Christmas future granddaughter: stop negotiating your worth. Freedom is your best gift. And maybe don't bother explaining yourself. So, I feel like they all left me with something slightly different. Grandma was kind of like, just endure and pace yourself, stop whining. Maybe the bonus in there was consider Valium. The best advice I gave myself was to delegate, drink the wine, and stop over explaining. And then from granddaughter, say no, rest, and take your own side first. So, after all of this, I think really what I need to do is audit my inheritance and just keep the grit, return the guilt, and pass down a lighter, maybe funnier, slightly sarcastic version of myself onto the next generations. And so, my friends, this has been Women on the Brink. May we all rest without explaining, stop before we break, and may the next generation of girls think our struggles sounded, I don't know, outdated.